The health of your financial life depends on the level of knowledge you have concerning finances. Some rules have been proven effective over the years. People from the past used it, and they are still relevant today. The thing is, most people do not know or understand what these rules are or how they work. This video will explain to you these rules you need to put at the back of your mind regarding your financial life. Check your life and see which of the rules you have been practicing. Implement the ones you have not been practicing to experience stability in your financial life. These rules will not only give you stability, but they will make you wealthy. They will teach you how to manage your money effectively. Spend less than you earn. Your financial health is not dependent on how much you earn, but on how much you keep. If you spend more than you earn, your financial life will always be a mess. You will need to borrow to keep up with the lifestyle, and incurring debt leaves you in perpetual struggle. To keep your financial life in the right shape, learn to live below your means. Do not try to impress anyone with your money. When you truly have the money, you will not need to try hard to look rich. Focus on building your wealth by reducing your spending. Live by a budget. Budgeting is very important if you want to maintain soundness in your finances. The importance of living by a budget cannot be overemphasized. You need to be able to account for every amount you make and what you spend it on. A budget will help you put your spending in check. Creating a budget is not difficult. It is something you can make by yourself. You can just list out all your expenses on a spreadsheet and make the budget there. You should always make your budget ready before you receive your paycheck and always review it to make necessary adjustments. You can use the 50-30-20 budgeting rule to divide your income. 50% should be for needs, things that you absolutely cannot do without, 30% for wants, luxuries that you desire but can do without, and 20% for savings, investment, or debt repayment. This is not a hard and fast rule. It is just a guide for you to follow. You can divide your income by any percentage that works for you. Work towards paying off all your debts. Having a lot of debt to pay keeps your financial life in shambles. You need to desire to become debt-free. Being debt-free gives you the liberty to do many other things with your money, rather than pumping all your money into paying back debts. If you have debts to pay, plan towards paying everything back to become debt-free. You can choose any debt repayment strategy that works best for you from the available options. Avoid bad debts. Do not live a debt lifestyle. It is not enough for you to pay back your debts if you will still become neck-deep in debt after a while. You need to get rid of the lifestyle that keeps putting you in debt. The major cause of debt is spending above your means. You need to cut down on that habit. Put your spending in check, but only what you can afford. Do not borrow to keep up a lifestyle. Understand an investment before putting your money. Many people are always eager to invest, so they do not take time to understand the nitty-gritty of an investment before putting their money into it. That is bad for your financial life. You must always understand an investment before you go ahead with it. If there is anything you do not understand, ask questions. Check Google and seek professional advice. Do everything you can to understand the investment before you invest your money into it. Buy assets and not liabilities. You need to multiply assets to grow your wealth. This ageless rule is why the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. The rich buy assets while the middle class and the poor buy liabilities. You need to understand the difference between assets and liabilities to know what to spend your money on. Assets are possessions that appreciate and generate income for you. Liabilities, however, depreciate and takes money away from your pocket. Multiply assets and not liabilities. Know the difference between wants and needs. Most people are unable to create a budget and live by it because they do not know how to distinguish their wants from their needs. Once they desire something, they think they need it, and that will lead them to get it by all means. Needs are the necessities of life. They are things you simply cannot do without. Wants are the luxuries that you desire. You can do without them, but having them will soothe your desire. When you know the difference, you can divide your income accordingly to avoid overspending on wants. Monitor your spending habits. You must be able to account for how you spend every dollar you earn. This has nothing to do with being miserly. It is simply a rule of personal finance that will keep you afloat financially. If you are a carefree spender who does not care about how they spend their money, you cannot attain financial freedom. You should learn to track your spending, understand everything you are spending your money on. Pay yourself first. It is common for people to settle bills immediately after they get their paycheck. They pay every other person before paying themselves with the rest. That is, if there is anything left. You need to pay yourself first. This means that whenever you receive your paycheck, you should remove 10% or 20% or any percentage you want to save. If you do not pay yourself first, you might end up having nothing left after paying all the bills and buying everything you want. You can automate your savings so it automatically diverts the amount you want to save to a savings account before you receive the rest. Automating your savings will ensure that you do not default on your savings. With time, you will have an impressive amount saved for your future. Maximize your income. No one becomes truly wealthy with only one source of income. Every rich man has at least 3 streams of income. You need to increase your income regularly. The easiest way to increase your income is by getting extra sources of income. Do not rely on one source of income. Through investments, side hustles, and passive income options, you can have multiple streams of income. With the internet, having multiple streams of income has become easier. You can take a part-time job driving Uber at night while you keep your regular job during the day. You can also transform your hobbies into services you offer for a fee. Whichever method you choose to use, know that you can never become truly wealthy with just one stream of income. Avoid a lifestyle inflation. When a person wins the lottery or gets a raise, the next thing they think about is what to buy and how to spend the money to the last penny. They do not consider using the money to increase their savings or using it to repay debts. Never increase expenses with income. When you get a raise, the first thing to increase is not your expenses. You should always maintain a frugal lifestyle while you continue to build your wealth. Increasing your expenses as your income increases will keep you poor and might make you incur more debt. Always put the extra income you make into investments to multiply the money rather than spend it on liabilities. Have an emergency fund. Emergencies are inevitable parts of life. No one desires to be laid off or to have a medical emergency, but we see this happening all the time. Most people go into debt when they are hit by medical situations because they do not have any money saved up. It is recommended that you should have at least 3 months' worth of your living expenses in an emergency fund. It takes a while to build this amount, but then you can start from where you are. It is better to have something to fall back on when you have an unforeseen situation. You can create an account where you lock away some amount for emergencies. Start saving for retirement immediately. It can never be too early for you to start planning for your retirement. It can only be too late. Retirement is something people often push off to a later date, thinking that they still have time to catch up. You need to start saving for your retirement now. The longer you can save, the more money you will have when you retire. You can make use of the 401k to save up for your retirement. You can also ask your employer if there is a retirement plan for you and start working towards it immediately. Keep a good credit score. Your credit score determines the quality of offers you qualify for when you want to purchase a car, house, or personal loan. Your credit score gets affected when you default on the time of paying back your debts. You can boost your credit score by always paying back the minimum required amount on your credit card loans in time. With a good credit score, you will have a good bargain when you want to apply for a loan. Leverage insurance. Insurance is a medium whereby you can protect your assets from unforeseen damages or loss. When you consider the amount the damages can cost you, you will not joke with insurance anymore. Insure all your assets to be on the safer side when damage occurs. Life insurance is also another form of insurance most people do not pay attention to. This may be because they do not want to think about their mortality. Whatever the case, you need to plan for the future. Having your life insured is one way you can do that. You will not love to see your family in shambles after you have left. The average cost of holding a funeral in America is between $7,000 and $12,000. Your life insurance will make things easier for the family you will be leaving behind. Develop a money-making mindset. Making money and building wealth is a thing of the mind. You need to develop the mindset before you can truly build wealth. Having a poverty mindset will debar you from building anything tangible financially. The first thing you need to take care of is your mind. Develop a mind that is keen on building wealth. Determine that you want to become truly wealthy. This determination will help you do everything you need to do to build wealth. When your mind is not made up, you will feel it is easier to continue to live from paycheck to paycheck. Every wealthy man developed their mind first before they started building their wealth. Never stop learning and investing in yourself. Financial knowledge is progressive. When you do not have the required financial knowledge, you cannot build wealth or sustain it. This rule has been binding for years. You need to continue to learn about money management, income generation, wealth creation, investment, and every other thing about money to manage your financial life effectively. Be open to learning new things about finances. Do not be satisfied with what you already know. Always strive to learn more about money. This desire will make you continue to stay afloat in your financial life. Financial management can be a daunting task for a person who does not have financial literacy. With these rules, you will be able to make drastic adjustments in your financial life that will take away the headache you have been experiencing. Now that you have known all these rules of managing money and building wealth, it is time for you to apply them to your life. You will surely have the life you desire when you get your financial life in check. Thanks for watching!